Just when India-U.S. relations seem to be finding stable ground, Trump has slammed the brakes and thrown the partnership into reverse, straight back to the 20th century. In a move critics are calling fake economics, Trump has announced a punishing 50% tariff on Indian goods, 25% over trade disputes, and another 25% as retaliation for India's purchase of Russian oil. Here's what that means. Tariffs are essentially a tax on imports. Technically, they're paid by the importer, in this case, American companies, but in reality, the cost gets passed on to U.S. consumers. Prices rise, trade slows, and economic ties weaken. That's the reality Trump isn't spelling out. India's counter tariffs are set to begin later this month, giving both sides until August 27th to negotiate a truce. But there's a catch. Trump isn't even interested in talking. Asked whether he expected new trade negotiations with India, his blunt reply was, "No, not until we get it resolved." If this is Trump's art of the deal, it seems to mean setting red lines, refusing talks, burning bridges, and somehow calling it a victory. Unlike Japan, South Korea, and parts of Europe that have caved under similar Trump pressure, India is holding firm. This is where strategic autonomy becomes crucial. New Delhi isn't at the mercy of a single country. It can push back, diversify partnerships, and explore other markets. And that's exactly what's happening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is forging deeper ties with other nations also caught in Trump-U.S. tariff net. Just yesterday, Modi took a call from Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. The two leaders agreed to strengthen cooperation in trade, defense, energy, and technology, pledging to elevate the India-Brazil partnership to new heights. This is no coincidence. Trump has also slapped 50% tariffs on Brazil. Instead of phoning Trump, Lula said he would call Modi first, then Chinese President Xi Jinping, followed by other BRICS leaders to coordinate a response. There is no articulation in BRICS yet, but tomorrow I will call President Modi, then I will call President Xi Jinping, and discuss the implications for each country so we can decide together, Lula told reporters. Modi has invited Lula to visit India in the coming year, a symbolic sign of solidarity within BRICS. China's leadership has also weighed in, with Beijing's envoy to India posting online, "Give the bully an inch, and he will take a mile." State media even quoted an Indian proverb, "Help your brother's boat across, and your own will reach the shore." The message? A stronger India-China relationship benefits the region and the world. This follows a letter from Xi Jinping to India's president in April, urging that the dragon and the elephant must work together. Reports suggest Modi could travel to China later this month for the SCO summit in Tianjin, his first visit in 7 years, signaling a potential thaw in India-China ties. On the Russia front, Trump's tariff decision is directly linked to India's oil purchases from Moscow. Yet rather than back down, Modi is doubling down on India-Russia relations. He spoke with President Vladimir Putin today, reaffirming their special strategic partnership. Putin is expected to visit India before the end of the year, his first trip since the Ukraine war began, another strong signal of New Delhi's independent foreign policy. India, Brazil, China, Russia, all BRICS members are facing similar pressure from Trump's economic measures. Together, BRICS nations represent 56% of the global population, with India and China alone making up 1/3. A coordinated BRICS response could soften the blow by redirecting exports and deepening internal trade. The challenge is unity. Historically, the bloc has struggled to speak with one voice. But with leaders openly calling for coordination, this moment could redefine the group's relevance in global geopolitics. This dispute isn't just about trade, it's about competing visions for the global order. Washington's strategy has long been to use India as a counterbalance to China's rise. Beijing, meanwhile, says it supports a multipolar world, though its actions suggest a desire to replace the U.S. at the top. India's stance is different. No alliances, no superpower politics, just growth, prosperity, and strategic autonomy. It's a vision that rejects being locked into rival camps, but it's also one of the most difficult to maintain in a polarized world. The past few weeks have underlined an uncomfortable truth. In international politics, permanent friends don't exist, only permanent interests. India's challenge now is to hold its course, navigate between great power rivalries, and turn this tariff confrontation into an opportunity to deepen ties with emerging partners. In this high-stakes game, survival depends on standing tall, staying flexible, and never putting all your bets on one table.